Today's piece, Nocturno for viola and piano, is by distinguished Serbian composer Vera Milancovic. It is one of 3 nocturnes she wrote that I have played. I performed the one for flute and piano with Doug Gately in our joint concert celebrating women composers at the University of Mary Washington in March 2019, as well as by invitation for the James Monroe Dinner at the Arts Club of Washington later that same year. I have yet to perform and record the one for violin and piano, though that is in the rehearsal stage. Working on the piece was an interesting experience, very 21st century. I sent Vera a recording of Peggy and my first rehearsal to ask how close we were to her concept. We were close, but not quite on the mark. Vera wrote us, "It is intended as a very mysterious piece, played legato and almost una corda." So Peggy and I went back to the metaphorical drawing board, and the results were entirely agreeable to Vera. "Hearing this new one, it is just what I originally imagined," she wrote. "Thank you so much. It is simply lovely," with 3 exclamation points. It is that second recording, which I now preface with these opening remarks and release today. According to Danka Kojadinovic in a 2015 interview for the British Serb, Vera Milancovic is a Serbian composer, pianist, and pedagogue. She comes from a distinguished Serbian family of scientists, university professors, diplomats, writers, and military officers, originally from Dalj, a mostly Serbian-populated town in Slavonia, now currently Croatia. Her professional biography is marked by numerous concerts, festivals, live broadcasts, recordings, and released sheet music. She is a full-time professor at the Faculty of Music, the University of Arts in Belgrade. So Vera is well known in Belgrade, to a lesser extent in England, where she was born, and here, where Peggy and I live in the United States, she is an unknown composer worth hearing. I have yet to meet Vera Milancovic in the real world. I was introduced to her music by another Serbian musician who was teaching at Montgomery College. Her daughter was someone I was accompanying and coached there in 2010. Vera had worked there for the 2008 academic year on a cultural exchange, but our paths did not cross at that time. I met Peggy Reynolds, the violist on this recording, in 1963 when we played together in an orchestra at Kearney High School. We lost touch after graduation, something easier to do in the antediluvian period before the invention of the internet and ubiquitous broadband. How we got back together makes for an interesting story, very relevant to the technology that enabled the making of today's video recording. Peggy and I were both attendees at a Zoom lecture demo on Jam Kazam, Jamulus, and Sonobus, sponsored by the ACMP, Associated Chamber Music Players. In the Zoom chat, I got a message from Peggy, "Are you the Andy Krauss from Kearney High School?" That text message was a jaw-dropper. Peggy and I subsequently exchanged contact information, and now we make music together over Jamulus several Wednesdays a month. I hope these remarks are interesting to you, and as always, I hope you like the piece and our playing of it. Share if so moved. More to come as I continue virus-free, hale and hearty, grateful for my 2 doses of Pfizer's vaccine. Best to you all as we ride this plague out. And please, help support this project and my respite work by clicking on the paypal.me link or using the @AndrewKrausPiano ID on Venmo. No contracts, no pledges, no ongoing commitments, but I do request you help me keep the music coming. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in this wide and beautiful world.